Yesterday we were discussing regarding as the formation of an Indian National Congress. Congress, which was formed in 1885 by the A.O. Hume in Bombay. The idea behind the formation of an Indian National Congress for the Britishers was that to given as a political representation, a partial political representation given to the Indians, those leaders which took as a part in a revolutionary activities against our British Empire, through which through the Indian National Congress they can raise their voice and sort out the problems, sort out the solution of those problems which faced by them through the British policies, for which as 1885 the Britishers finally has set up the Indian National Congress at Bombay by the A.O. Hume. W.C. Banerjee, it was as a first speaker. W.C. Banerjee, it was the first speaker of a Congress which headed as the first session of a Congress held in a first session of Congress held at Bombay. Afterwards, as a timely, once in a year, the sessions were held in a different other parts of a country by the Indians. But later in stage, till 1890s, Congress, it was as a work as the collective, but it starts to as a split on the basis of the ideologies. Congress starts to as a split into as a two of the groups as moderates and the radicals. Moderates and radicals. Moderates, we were discussing regarding as a moderates, it was a moderates were those who wanted that the British to train the Indians in the art of self-government. Art of self-government within a country. They preferred that through which the Britishers, India, it can achieve as their desired goals. To voice their demands, moderates, they adopted as a peaceful and a constitutional methods and pressed for changes through persuasion and petitions. They also tried, moderate leaders, they also tried to mobilize the public opinion through speeches and writings critical of British policies. That group which was as opposed such British policies, this group later in the stage named as the radicals or extremists. Moderates were favored that the reforms, it should be as a make in a legislative councils for Indians. Moderates, they demanded as a more political representation for Indians. They preferred that the Britishers has to reduce the military expenses. That military expense which they spent over a maintenance of a British army, and such army represented towards as other countries. They represented the Indians, the members of such that military force. These were as hired from the India. So this was as an ideology. Now the next one as a radicals. Radicals, R-A-D-I-C-A-L. Radicals or extremists. Radicals, they were also known as extremists. Radicals who raised as a concept of a freedom as a birthright. Freedom as a birthright. Radicals in which as a Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who raised the voice of a freedom as our birthright. So the Indian Council Act of 1892, Indian Council Act of 1892 failed to include Indians in the administration of the country. Many people became as dissatisfied with the methods of moderates in which they demanded in front of Britishers for a political representation. When the Indian Council Act of 1892 failed to given as a political representation to the Indians, the leaders such as Bipin Chandra Pal, Bipin Chandra Pal, Bipin Chandra Pal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Lala Lajpat Rai, Lala Lajpat Rai, Lajpat Rai, Lala Lajpat Rai, and Aurobindo Ghosh, Aurobindo Ghosh, Aurobindo Ghosh, they wanted the greater political concessions and felt that Indians had to achieve these aims by themselves. They adopted the more radical ways of political agitation and told the people to be bold, brave, and patriotic and fight for the Swaraj, freedom, free the nation from British control. Out of these four, the first three, Bipin Chandra Pal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Lala Lajpat Rai, they were collectively known as a Lal Bal Pal, LAL Lal, Lal, Bal, and Pal, Lal Bal Pal. So Tilak raised the slogan of a Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. These leaders were known as the radicals. These leaders were known as the radicals who preferred that Britishers have to leave the nation. They have to leave the nation and freed India from their dominance. From their dominance. Afterwards, in 1905, Viceroy Curzon, it decided to divide the Bengal province. Viceroy Curzon partitioned Bengal province. Bengal, it included as existing parts of West Bengal, Bangladesh, and Assam. Assam, Meghalaya, earlier these were collectively known as a Bengal province, which was as a partitioned by the Viceroy Curzon in 1905. In 1905, during the time period of a Viceroy of Lord Curzon, Bengal was divided into the two separate provisions on the pretext of administrative convenience. So what were the reasons responsible for the partition of Bengal? What were the reasons responsible for partition of Bengal? What were the reasons responsible for partition of Bengal? What were the reasons responsible for partition of Bengal? First, to disrupt Hindu-Muslim unity. Britishers decided to divide the Hindus and the Muslims into the two different groups. To disrupt, D-I-S-R-U-P-T, to disrupt or to divide Hindus and the Muslims along communal lines. To disrupt Hindu-Muslim unity, or we can say as to divide the Hindus and the Muslims along the communal lines. Second reason responsible for the partition of Bengal. Partition of Bengal. It was the largest province of a colonial India. Bengal was the largest province of a colonial India. So it was as the largest since 1757, Battle of Plassey towards the 1905. It was the largest province of India. And that much of a larger extent of a state of that particular province not easy to administer, for which as it desired for their Britishers desired for the partition. They partitioned the Bengal into the two parts. First, as a to divide Hindus and the Muslims along the communal lines. Second, large size of population, not easy to administer by the Britishers. Third, to weaken feeling of a nationalism among Bengalis, to weaken the feeling of nationalism in Bengal, to weaken feelings of nationalism among people in Bengal. Fourth reason responsible for the partition of Bengal. The main centers of Indian national movement concentrated in a Bengal province, which create as a problem for the British Empire. Till 1911, the capital of a British Empire, it was a Calcutta. Till 1911, 1764, when Mir Qasim, it hand over the Mir Jafar, it died, and Bengal finally as annexed under the British Empire. The capital of a British Empire, it was set as a Calcutta. Capital of British Empire set as a Calcutta, which continued till the 1911. In the year of 1911, King George V, it called towards as India for the replacement, for the change of a capital of a British Empire from Calcutta towards the Delhi. From Calcutta towards Delhi. From Calcutta towards Delhi. Clear? The reasons responsible for the partition of a Bengal. First, to divide the Hindus and the Muslims along the communal lines. Second, large size of a population of a Bengal it was not as easy to administer. Third, to weaken the feelings of a nationalism in Bengal. And fourth, the important centers of a Indian national movement. These were concentrated in a Bengal province, which created as a problem for a British Empire. The partition of a Bengal angered the people all over the India. People showed their aggression against that act of a British Empire. So the partition of a Bengal angered people all over the India. Hundreds of meetings were held in Bengal and elsewhere, which visualized as the partition of a Bengal gave a boost to the freedom struggle. Both moderates and the radical leaders, they launched the protest movements against of Britishers. Both moderate and the radicals, the group of people in a Congress, started to demonstrate the opposition of that act of Britishers, in which they partitioned the Bengal into the two different provinces. So at that time, the Rabindranath Tagore, it led the protest movement against of the partition of Bengal. The day of the partition was observed as a day of mourning. Vande Mataram, a song written by the Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Vande Mataram, a song written by the Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, became as a popular and encouraged a sense of the solidarity. People, those who opposed that act of Britishers, in which the Britishers partitioned the Bengal, they opted the two methods to show their aggression against of the authorities. These methods were the Swadeshi and boycott. Boycott. The leaders of moderates and the radicals use two methods to show their aggression against our Britishers. These were the Swadeshi and boycott. Swadeshi and boycott, these were among the new methods adopted by the leaders and people to protest against the partition of Bengal. The Swadeshi movement encouraged. Swadeshi means those goods which manufactured by the Indians. The Swadeshi movement encouraged people to use things made in India. To use things made in India as against those which had been produced abroad. Those goods which imported from the England towards in India, these goods were as compared to the such goods prefer to the Indian goods. In a Swadeshi movement, people started to use as those goods which manufactured by the Indians in India. And boycott meant that boycott, B-O-Y-C-O-T-T, boycott meant that Indians were discouraged from buying goods which were manufactured in England. Those goods which were imported from England towards India, manufactured in England, these goods were refused to use by the Indians. Indians refused to use those goods which were manufactured in England and sold in Indian markets. Boycott refers to the Indians were discouraged from buying goods which were manufactured in England so that British industries would have no markets in India. For which as Indians showed their aggression in a form of bonfires. Indians showed their aggression against of the British Empire through bonfires. B-O-N-F-I-R-E-S. Bonfires were made of British-made goods. Bonfires were made of British-made goods. British-made goods, and shopkeepers were encouraged to keep Indian goods instead of British goods. In many places, British schools, colleges, and universities were also boycotted. Students with gaining as education in those institutes, schools, colleges, and universities where the English education it impart to the Indians, these places were publicly boycotted by the students also. Students refused to go towards the schools and colleges. They publicly boycotted those number of goods or services which provided by the Britishers. Those services which were associated with the Britishers. Clear? Till there any questions? Yes? Any questions? Next, as with collectively as to the moderates and the radicals, there was one more group was there, which was named as a revolutionaries. Such revolutionaries were not belong from the Congress, but the prime objective of that group was the freedom of country. Revolutionaries used as the way of a violence against our British Empire, but whereas the moderates and the radicals used as a non-violence as a way for a achievement of a freedom of our country. Freedom of our country. So revolutionaries like as a Batukeshwar Dutt, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah Khan, these were some of the leaders of a revolutionary party which opted a way of a violence to free the nation from a British control. From British control. Afterwards, in 1905, when the Bengal partition, in 1906, Muslim League formed. Muslim League formed in India. All India Muslim League formed in 1906. In 1906. In 1906. All India Muslim League. All India Muslim League formed in Dhaka, which is now as known as a Dhaka, capital of Bangladesh. Dhaka. At Dhaka, the Muslim League formed. So what was as an objective behind the formation of a Muslim League? What were the objectives responsible for the formation of Muslim League? Before of this, as the Swadeshi and boycott, which were as the methods used by the moderates and the radicals, these methods were they were supported and helped the people to gather the force and spread outside of the Bengal. This encouraged the Indian industries and adversely affected the British economy. A large number of people were motivated to participate in the national movement. Ultimately, the pressure of a public opinion forced the British government to annual and decision to take, British government, both of these methods, Swadeshi and the boycott, it pressurized the government, British government, through the public opinion in which it proved that the decision taken by the British government as the wrong for partition of Bengal. So afterwards, as in 1906, a group of Muslim landlords and Nawabs under the leadership of Salimullah Khan, which was a Nawab of Dhaka, formed the All India Muslim League at Dhaka in 1906. The leaders of the Muslim League felt that Muslims might not be adequately represented in the government. They supported the partition of Bengal and later appealed to the Viceroy, Lord Minto, for separate electorates in which the Muslim voters would elect only Muslims. So what were as the objectives responsible for the formation of the Muslim leagues were: first, political representation given to the Muslims. First objective behind the formation of a Muslim League. Muslim League was that party which was as demanded for a Pakistan in 1943. Its leader Muhammad Ali Jinnah, which is now as known as the father of the Pakistan, it demanded as a separate nation, two-nation theory. that nation which will be as a different from the religious basis. So the idea behind, the objective behind the formation of a Muslim League was first to give political representation to Muslims, political representation to Muslims. Second, to provide separate electorates, electorates means as the constituencies. Some of the seats, some of the places, it should be as a reserved for the Muslim candidates only. Separate electorates for Muslims, for Muslim voters, which would elect the Muslim leaders, Muslim leaders. So for which as a Salimullah Khan, the Nawab of Dhaka, it formed as a Muslim League in 1906. In 1906, Salimullah Khan formed All India Muslim League at Dhaka. In 1906, the British used this unity to their advantage. Disunity, Congress, it was known for the Hindus, and the Muslim League for the Muslims. So Britishers, they took the advantage of that disunity among as a Hindus and Muslims, in which as a Tilak and many other, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and many other radical leaders were arrested and imprisoned. Various restrictions were imposed on the press. Public meetings were banned by the Britishers. Means if anywhere, any of a person, make as a public meetings, such number of Congress leaders, these were arrested by the Britishers. Afterwards, Britishers, they passed the Government of India Act in 1909. Congress split in 1907. In 1909, Congress split in 1907. Afterwards, the British government passed the Government of India Act 1909, which is known in history as the Morley-Minto reforms. MORLEY, Government of India Act of 1909, also known as the Morley-Minto reforms. MORLEY, MINTO, Minto reforms, in which as a legislative councils were reorganized. First point, what was as a marked under the Government of India Act of 1909? First, legislative councils were reorganized. And a system of indirect elections introduced for the first time. System of indirect elections was introduced for the first time. Means as a first time as the elections held in India afterwards the 1909 elections. Before of this time, most of the time, the company officials, the British officials from a British Parliament, these were sent towards India for the administration. In the year of 1909, when the Government of India Act passed, first time as the elections held, organized in India. First. Second, separate electorates were allocated to Muslims with reserved constituencies. Separate electorates were allocated to the Muslims with reserved constituencies. constituencies. Third, voting rights given to the males. Still, as a women's were not allowed to cast their votes, males they getting as a to cast their votes. Voting rights given to the males. Voting rights given to the males. Voting rights given to the males. Clear? Till there any questions? Till there any questions? Till there any questions? In 1915, those two groups of moderates and radicals, they reunited. Those two groups, which were as different from each other on the basis of their ideologies, such two groups were reunited in 1915, and a historical treaty was signed in between of Congress and the leaders of a Muslim League. Congress and leaders of Muslim League. That incident, that treaty is known as the Lucknow Pact, PACT. It is known as the it is known as the Lucknow Pact, PACT. Lucknow Pact. It is known in history as the Lucknow Pact, in which as both the parties, Congress and Muslim League, agreed to frame the path of a national movement for future. National movements for future. In this year of 1950, Mahatma Gandhi arrived in India from South Africa. Gandhiji arrived from South Africa to India in 1915. So this one for today. Any questions? Any questions? When Gandhiji come back to India in 1915, he arrived in India. He observed the situation of India, the reasons responsible for the inferior status of Indians in India. He saw that the reason behind as the disunity among as Hindus and Muslims. Then he started to frame as their pathway and moving ahead in a form of a newer national movements for country. Afterwards, as a 1950, Gandhiji organized as a satyagraha for indigo planters, against of the indigo planters, those who forced the farmers for a production of indigo. In 1920, as the non-cooperation movement organized. Afterwards, as a 1927, as a civil disobedience movement, and 1942, the Quit India movement, which we will discuss in a detail in tomorrow onwards. So any questions?